Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Veed. I'm a web developer. Welcome to my course PHP Fundamentals. This is lecture number 2. In this lecture, we will talk about introduction and history of PHP. PHP development began in 1994 when a guy named Rasmus Lerdo wrote several common gateway interface program in C which he used to maintain his personal homepage. The official release of PHP 2 version 1.0 was in 1995. PHP stands first personal homepage. He extended his work to communicate with database and to work with web forms, so he named his implementation PHP FI 2.0. Here FI stands for Form Interpreter. This version was released in 1996. The additional features in that was conditional statement through which the developer can show or hide specific block of HTML code and database access. First time server-side scripting term was used at that time. PHP 3.0 was released in 1994 and PHP was named to PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. Sometimes it is known as recursive acronym, where one of the initial is the actual name of the product. Here PHP is the actual product, so it is the initial. Also it is sometimes called recursive acronym, where we take the initial of the actual product and give meaning by ourselves. Here the initial of actual product are P, H and P. You can see that we give meaning to each initials. PHP 4.0 was released in May 2000. At that time, new ZendEngine was released. ZendEngine is an open source scripting engine which interprets PHP codes. It provides memory management and some other standard services to the PHP language. PHP 5.0 was released in July 2004. New version of ZendEngine was also released at that time. PHP 6.0 wasn't released because of Unicode, because there was no support for Unicode platform. The current version of PHP is 7.0, which is the latest one. Might be when you are watching this video, the latest version might be different. What is PHP? It is a server-side scripting language. Can be embedded with HTML code. We can combine HTML code with PHP or PHP code with HTML and vice versa. The primary purpose for PHP is creating websites. The syntax is similar almost with C and Java. Function calling, loops, switch statements, and more. As I mentioned earlier, PHP is a server-side scripting language. What does it mean? When we talk about server-side and its opposite side, which is client-side, what we are talking about? Where the code will be executed. Does the code run on our web browser, which is the server-side, or on the user computer, which is the client-side? The client-side, when we are working with web pages, is the user browsers. On the other hand, JavaScript is an example of another popular scripting language, but JavaScript is a client-side scripting language. JavaScript code is sent to the user's browsers and then it executes there. PHP code is never sent to the user. It runs entirely on the web server and the result of that code is sent to the user browser. That is an important difference. So here when you request to a server for a web page, the PHP code is executed on the servers and the plain text is sent back to the computer or the web browsers. Let me show you an example. Let's move to our editor and execute a program. So here is a simple HTML file name input. Please don't worry if you don't understand the code. You will be clear as you go through this course. I have also a welcome.php file. So let's try to execute. The complete path is localhost PHP course 1 day. So the file name is nameinput.php. I have to write it. When I hit enter, the HTML file is executed, and when I place a string in it and hit submit, then the PHP code executed. Let me expect this. You can see that there is only plain HTML, no PHP code here. So this is what I mean. A web server sends plain text to the web browser. Here it is. Thank you. See you in the next video. If you have any question, please write down in the comment section.